This is Internet Business Mastery, episode 90.
In a world where bosses control your life and thoughts of escape fill your mind, where inspiration seems dead and cynicism rules the masses, you have a desire to break free. You feel the need to take control. Now, there exists a place where the secrets of freedom and wealth are given to those who believe. InternetBusinessMastery.com. Free your mind.
Hello and welcome to Internet Business Mastery Online at InternetBusinessMastery.com. I'm Sterling.
And I'm Jay.
And we're here to help you escape the 9-to-5 and live the lifestyle of your dreams by turning your life's passion into a profitable internet business, even if you're just getting started today. On this episode of Internet Business Mastery, we have an internet success story with Maren Kate Donovan. And in the quick tip, we have a video converter that will even convert your go-to webinar recordings. We'd like to remind you that if you'd like to get a jump start on creating your own profitable internet business using our proven system, claim your risk-free trial membership to the Internet Business Mastery Academy by going to freeaudiogift.com. So, Jay, it's actually been a few weeks since we've recorded. What's been going on?
Well, actually, I wanted to ask you about the morning routine thing, because I know you were talking to me about that recently, your new morning routine and what that does for you. So I've been kind of structuring my own morning routine. This is something we learned from Eben Pagan, having a morning success routine, as he calls it. So I wanted to hear a little bit about that. Why you put together a morning routine, maybe a little bit about what it consists of and what that does for you.
Well, again, like you said, Eben Pagan was the first one that, we were watching some video that he did about morning routines, and actually I ended up following his almost exactly, which looks like I get up and first let me tell you what it used to be. My morning routine would be I would wake up and go straight to the computer and start looking at email, which would end up being usually a bit of a frenzy of putting out fires and seeing what needed to be done. And suddenly 3 hours would go by. I would be really hungry because I hadn't eaten breakfast. I would feel grungy because I hadn't showered. It was like that was kind of a normal morning. That's the thing that, with doing an internet business, you have to be careful not to fall into the trap of 3 straight weeks in just your sweats.
Yeah.
So, when he talked about doing a morning routine where, it's all very basic and simple. When I get up, I actually drink about 8 ounces of water at least right off the bat. I don't go touch the computer, and this changes from time to time. Sometimes I'll just give myself exactly a half hour and just look at email, then start my morning routine. I'm trying it both ways to see which way I like most. But anyway, so I drink the water, and then I actually do about a half hour body weight workout, and I, got this plan somewhere that I'm testing out as well that ends up being, there's this like roller thing that you can put on your feet and you bring your legs up in, and it's incredibly painful. And but I wanted to make it so that I could do a little workout without having to brave the cold now that I'm back in Utah and drive to the gym. I wanted to be able to do something, a nice, quick, body weight workout in the morning just to get the blood flowing. And I do that. And then I do these two things that, you're going to have to maybe look up on the internet to see what one of them is. And one of them is a neti pot. And when he talked about it, at first I just didn't really get it until I went to YouTube and looked it up. But since I've been doing it, because I have mild, sometimes not just mild allergies, sometimes it's even worse, but sinus-wise, I've got issues. So this neti pot thing really super helps it out. And that's about all I'm going to say about that without getting too bad. But but anyway, then there's also doing this steam. So basically, I heat up water in a teapot, and I put it in a bowl with some like eucalyptus drops or whatever. It really smells good. And then I put my face down in it and, just take in a bunch of deep breaths and just really it's an interesting thing because at first I was like, I don't know what the point of this is. In the same way I thought that same thing about Twitter. I'm like, what is this all about? This looks like a waste of time. But now both of them I love. So the Steam thing, I really, really love it. I actually look forward to doing that, as well as the Neti Pot. And then I end up doing the Green Shake. We've both talked about this before on the show. It's basically strawberries, banana, blueberries, kale, spinach, and what is the other one? Collard greens. And I make a shake out of that. And as much as it sounds terrible in the same way the Neti Pot, once you know what it is, it sounds terrible. It actually is incredibly tasty because of the blueberries and the banana. It just tastes like a fruit shake. And then shower, and then bam, I go to work. But the interesting thing is by the time I actually get to work, I am awake and just completely refreshed and, showered, and I've had food. And it's funny because, probably for a couple of years, I wouldn't eat until it would be like 2 PM, and then I'd be famished. And I would have, whatever low blood sugar issues and just be grumpy and tired. And it's like now, by the time I actually get started working, I am completely alive. I love it. And I absolutely wouldn't change it now.
Yeah, it's a strange thing because of course, one of the reasons we got into internet business was so we could be free and flexible and not have all the same structure to our lives that we had as employees and things like that. But it can be your best friend and your worst enemy at the same time, all that freedom. And I've definitely in my life as an entrepreneur fought putting any kind of structure on certain things in my life. But the truth of the matter is that I've come to discover that I am happiest when I am being very deliberate about how I am exercising my freedom. So I earn this freedom by the lifestyle I live and the kind of business I have. But I'm happiest when I'm actually very deliberate and structured about how I exercise that freedom because, then I'm really getting the things that matter to me most in life. And I used to have a morning routine that was very similar where you just kind of, get up and it was easy to sit down at the computer first thing. And the next thing you know, you're getting in reactive mode and it's 3 p.m. and you still haven't showered and you're still in your sweats and and I just feel awful when those things happen. But being very routine and having a very routine, ritualized kind of morning thing that deals with not sitting down at the computer, but with taking care of your mind, taking care of your body with the exercise and with a good meal. And whether people choose to do some of the same things you mentioned or not, I think the important thing is that you actually plan out and have a ritualized routine that's based on good, healthy habits for both your mind and your physical being. And just your soul, so to speak, the things that feed you first, and then sit down and start working on your business. And I'm really enjoying it as well. And I think that's something I would definitely encourage anybody listening to do is to think about what does your morning routine consist of, and we all know that we should exercise more, and we all know that we should eat more greens, or that we should have more healthy food. But whatever, even if it's just a matter of taking a look at what you do now in the morning and just adding one healthy thing for yourself, whether that's 15 to 30 minutes of reading on some subject that you really know would enrich your life, or whether that's 10 minutes of yoga, or whether it's eating a better breakfast, just working those things into a morning ritual. It definitely starts the day off right. And the thing that struck me is he said he learned kind of this from Bill Phillips, who is the creator of now I'm forgetting the Body for Life. Body for Life, yeah, the most one of the most best-selling fitness books ever. And he said, Eben was actually having dinner with him and said, "What's the most important thing out of what you teach?" And he said, "Well, the most important thing I think is what you eat for breakfast, not necessarily for any kind of physical reason, but just because if you start the day right, you're a lot more likely for the rest of the day to go right as well. There's just something it does for your mind, your well-being, your confidence in yourself, because you have done very deliberately some of those things that are important to you, that it's easy then to